by the time we got there, the stampede was in full swing. There were just injured people everywhere.
In the aftermath, one parent is left dead.
My respect for women just actually grow every day, because it's like a soldier who really died in battle, really wanting to make sure that her own children are able to get education.
ndo appointwa uva president ya UJSRC nga November 2011 ndi go leader for term ya January 2012 up until December 2012.
When a student decides to take on a leadership role, you decide to give your all to the students that you are said to be leading or you are supposed to be leading. That means that everything takes a backseat.
Politics zwa vhuḓi ndi zwithu zwe ndavha ndi na interest khazwo ubva vhuṱukuni, mara ndo ndi tshi swika University of Johannesburg nda thoma u joina madzangano a politiki zwi tshi khou itiswa nga nyimelo ya vha hone university ri tshi sedza kha dzi needs na dzi ṱhoḓea dza vhana.
You also take on battles that you wouldn't normally take on behalf of your students.
Responsibility ya vhorine sa SRC kana sa murangaphanḓa wa vha SRC president rari na vision yo tela uri vhana vhoṱhe vhane vha vha University of Johannesburg vha vhe vha vhana vhane vha kona u swikelela zwithu zwine a zwi swikelelei, vha fanela u vha dzi extraordinary compared to vhaṅwe vhana vhane vha vha kha dziṅwe dzi university, and then vhana vha fanela u kona u swikelela dzi ṱhoḓea dzavho dzoṱhe u fana na zwiḽiwa, zwithu zwo ṱamba, vha dzula dzi rese dzine dzi clean, and then kha university na environment ine a i nga si kone u vha tsitsela fhasi zwi tshi ḓa kha mafhungo avho a tshikolo.
The University of Johannesburg is a comprehensive university. That means that we offer not just degree programs, but also diploma programs, the former vocational programs. We have an enrollment plan approved by the Department of Higher Education and Training. This means that for the programs we offer, we have a specified enrollment target.
I don't feel that enough is being done. Students are not given the correct information. I mean, especially in these previous Model C schools, the students just believe that they are going to walk into university.
We can't just increase our enrollment the way we want to. This is regulated nationally.
I think from a university level, they just don't care enough to pass out the information. They don't see students as being individuals. They see, students as a mass and who, basically pay to keep the university running. I think that unfortunately management sees SRC as being quite radical and quite controversial. We've worked very hard to change that perception.
Rinenga time ya vhorine office relationship ya vhorine na management ya rari na relationship ya vhuḓi na management ngauri vha vha tshi zwi ḓivha na zwori zwine ra khou imela zwone ri vha ri khou imela u sumbedza uri university credibility ya university a i ngo tea u fa ngori rine a ri khou shumisana ngori kharali ni sa shumisana na management ngo ndi ya uri vhathu vhane vha ḓo fhedzisela vha tshi khou tambula ndi zwi student.
Before 2011, applications were done at the various campuses depending on what you wanted to study. For example, if you wanted to do high school education, you would come to the Kingsway campus. In 2011, they decided to centralize it at the Auckland Park Kingsway campus. In the parking lot, there were thousands of potential students that were standing there. The queues were enormous. There were many problems.
Jambori, mwana mwana mumwe we abachi konyago apply after the results za matric nga January akhoteyo ya kha campus nti irrespective yori mwana ukonyago ita course ifio kana mwana ukonyago gudela vothe vho pezela vho iswa fhethu nthihi.
The Monday before the Bunting Stampede, the SRC were not given access to the Bunting Road campus, which was the agreement that we had with UJ management and with security that the SRC should be allowed to be there so that we can give the students the correct information. They did have students' assistants there, but the students' assistants were further up in the registration queue, whereas we would actually be on the outside and on the inside giving the students the information, checking APA scores, making sure that they're in the right place, and we were absolutely not allowed on campus. The SRC in its entirety met. There was the chairperson and the secretaries from each campus, as well as the entire UJ SRC. And we sat together and we composed an email to the powers that be.
Ramwalela management memorandum yori vafunela ku decentralize late application, and then vafunela u involve student leadership in whatever they're doing, to the extent yori basa responding a lot.
We forewarned that someone was going to get seriously injured unless certain changes were made. And we absolutely outlined step by step what changes need to be made in order to avoid any injuries. The media was reporting that there's only 500 spaces left, and that means at that stage that wasn't actually true, and that was leading to panic.
The heat is on the island of St. Marie for a Christmas cracker of a crime. 3 men and a lot of cars. Join the boys for an adventure of a lifetime. However, if misadventure of a lifetime is more your thing, pack your bags with the hilarious Ramesh Ranganathan. The one and only Alicia Keys performs live from the City of Angels. Speaking of angels, keep up the faith with the church's greatest detective. Celebrate the festive season at New York's most famous hotel. Reflect on the early and later years of the starman himself, David Bowie. An officer is framed for a crime he didn't commit, but don't worry, he escapes to uncover the truth. A flabbergasted Ben Fogle leaves the modern world behind. The guilty are brought to justice in true Parisian fashion with France's most stylish sleuth. Explore the Caribbean with Simon Reeve, who loves to mention he's in the Caribbean.
The Caribbean.
A young socialite befriends a passenger who mysteriously disappears. The hunt for Scotland's most notorious serial killer is on. Discover the surprising stories behind your favourite Christmas carols. Say hello to the Icon Adele performing live from London. TV that takes your breath away. This summer with BBC Primetime, only on S3.
What does strength look like for women today? It looks like a person who nurtures, the one who gives more than they actually receive. And for me, I think it's just being a 21st century woman. You know, don't be confined in spaces, to be out of the box and to dare to dream and to be who you really want to be.
South Africa's youngest cooking stars are back and they're hungry to impress. This August, the Taste Master Junior returns for an exciting third season as talented young chefs in the making go head-to-head and compete for a grand prize of 200,000 Rand and the title of Taste Master Junior. It's all about passion, pressure and plenty of unforgettable moments. The Taste Master Junior, coming this August only on SABC2.
Strength looks very multifaceted and multidimensional for a woman today. It's not like the previous days where women's positions were confined to the kitchen. Nowadays, strength for a woman is owning the boardroom, owning being a mother, owning being a wife, owning being a sister and a friend. Whatever position you take, you need to own.
I left at 6:30 that morning, so I got to UJ at about 6:45 to my campus. The SRC had decided the previous day that we would meet at Bunting at 8 o'clock.
It's true that 2012 January. Ngalo duval neraro dera khaingwe ya residents za university. Ndiri kotofoinelwa ngamacheloni ndichi kubva residents ndichi koya Auckland Park Bunting Road ka campus ye abo centralized wakhayo late application.
We had arranged with management to get passes that would allow the SRC to come onto Bunting Road campus. Because I got there so early, I actually met up with one of the professors that deals with students. and we rode to Bunting Road together so that I could get the passes for the SRC and hand them out to the SRC so that we could assist students and have access to all over campus.
The day before, vabebi na vana ve vasakona joina campus vodela get in zvambo ri mumwe na mumwe a khou ḓibudzana zwo ri khou nyaga u shumisa first come first serve situation. Zvambo ri hafhaḽa fhethu ho vho no vha overcrowded nga nḓila ine vhathu vhoṱhe vha tshi vho thoma u pushana na gate and security i tshi khou vha hanela vha tshi dzhena.
Not everyone had been informed, so not even all the security at the various gates knew what was going on. They allowed us onto campus, and then we met up with protection services who drove us in a golf cart. And as we drove to the gate where the stampede was taking place, we just saw a heavy police body and the Fidelity security rushing through, so we knew that something had gone on.
Ndari ndichisvika campus ndajana straight ndaya kha gate ye vathu vakandekana khayo.
And then we ran into the head of UJ Protection Services, and he told us what was going on. And so my immediate reaction was I wanted to phone my rest of the SRC to let them know what was going on, because this was crisis mode and we all needed to be together. I just, went into crisis mode and made my way through to the bottom where the stampede had taken place to get to the students to see what I could do to help. I had no idea how bad it was.
From La to AUJ, I could say it's 1 kilometer. So, whatever and actually a quick response because we're not far from them. Then there were so many patients, they were scattered, and Chinagat received 5. So, we went abanye obunyale and told abanye vale obunyale bafuna nama patient. So ilapho ke induna ethetha ukuthi nduna sicela usibizele backup abantu abazosinceda ama patient maningi.
There were just injured people everywhere. I remember there was this one girl that when I first got there was this one girl and I went to her and I'm like, how can I help you? And she had a gash on her arm, she was bleeding quite badly, and and I was like, oh my God, let's take you to the paramedics. And she's like, no, please just help me find my ID and my matric certificates, otherwise I'm never going to be able to study. There was a granny there that had slept with her grandson, and her arm was so obviously broken. And she was in a lot of pain, and they were just, sitting on the side there waiting for attendance. Eventually I got to the kid whose mom passed away, and he was standing by the gates and he was holding onto the gates, and then he would sit down and then he would get up, and I could see that there was something really wrong, and I went to him and I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, no, that's my mom. And this 18-year-old kid was left standing looking at his mom's dead body that they had literally just picked up and moved to the side behind this cage. Like it was nothing. And no one had taken him. They had just left him there.
Ndori ndichisvika ndaona avala mufumakadzi voradziwa pasi vasatuvhariwa nga nguva na zviro zvofana zvezvo. Vanhu vava vachikulira, vana vachikulira. Situation is bad.
When people, when they opened the gate, people started to step on top of one another. And then due to the results of the stampede, there was a mother whom was stabbed to death.
I tried to move him, but he couldn't move. And so I had to pick him up and half drag him to the SRC offices, because that was the only place that I knew where to go. And we met up with Psycat on the way there, and I took him to the SRC offices, and he had injured his arm and he was trying to pull her away.
Ngasho ukuthi bokuhlungu impela ezibesengishilo ukuthi ama-student ayabonisa uthando ukuthi bafuna ukuyofuna, and they were so desperate for ukuthi bafuna ukuregister. So most of them, or could I say maybe hundreds of them, balele ngaphandle so uyabo ukuthi abayi ekhaya abatholi enough food abatholi amanzi or cold drink so baba disoriented quickly.
The Higher Education Minister, Dr. Blayden Nzimande, and the University of Johannesburg's Vice-Chancellor, Aaron Rensburg, have met with the family of Gloria Sekwena, who was trampled to death during a stampede at UJ's Bunting Road campus.
My respect for women just actually grow every day because it's like a soldier who really died in battle, really wanting to make sure that her own children are able to get education.
Security at University of Johannesburg, baba na the additional bouncers that abazione JMPD ndione ye yaba ichiko controller traffic and like controlling bathu baba si involved co controller bathu na zwithu zofana na zwezwo and then paramedic karali university ichiko doba na event yono lingana nayo paramedic idzula involved uri why abala mfumakazi bojiwa a bit later ubva pala pethu yaba baone up until to the extent you're ever going to pay borova at the why and zwofana na zwezwo.
Strength looks like, for a woman in today's world, independence. It looks like resilience. I think we live in a world where women are still quite underestimated, and I think that, yeah, for you to be able to really make your mark, you have to be able to work really hard. You have to be able to know how to stand out and just never give up, and that's what strength looks like to me.
What does strength look like for women today? It looks like a person who nurtures, the one who gives more than they actually receive. And for me, I think it's just being a 21st century woman. You know, don't be confined in spaces, to be out of the box and to dare to dream and to be who you really want to be.
South Africa's youngest cooking stars are back and they're hungry to impress. This August, the Taste Master Junior returns for an exciting third season as talented young chefs in the making go head-to-head and compete for a grand prize of 200,000 Rand and the title of Taste Master Junior. It's all about passion, pressure and plenty of unforgettable moments. The Taste Master Junior, coming this August only on SABC2.
I think no one really expected the Bunting stampede, and so you don't really have any way of preparing yourself for it. When something like this takes place, you want to protect your image and protect yourselves as much as possible, and I think that that's just what happened. UJ just went into protection mode.
Chimwe cha zwithu choitisa uri khombo ila ite UJ ndi ya uri vhunzhi ha vhana vhane vha bva kha maṅwe madzingu kana dzi province a vha ṱoḓi u dzhena zwikolo kana u ya kha dzi yunivesithi dza fhethu hune vha dzula hone. Zwino vha ḓiwana zwa uri fhungo ḽa uri ri khou ṱoḓa u ya UJ kana ri khou ṱoḓa u ya vetse kana ri khou ṱoḓa u ya TUT ndi mafhungo ane kha milomo ya vhana vhanzhi zwino vha Mpumalanga, vha Limpopo, vha KwaZulu Natal, vha North West vha vha tshi khou amba zwenezwo.
Never got a reply to that email. We sent it to all the necessary people. I don't even think they bothered to read it, in all honesty. When we got to the media tent, the head of UJ's media wouldn't allow SRC to ask any questions. I was there. I saw what happened. I dealt with, the family. they weren't there.
Obviously, I was on scene. I was 20 meters from the scene when the incident took place. It was a very, very traumatic experience for all of us that were on scene. We did reflect afterwards. Obviously, we had a press conference within an hour after the incident. And so reputation risk management was very important. So obviously, it is a significant reputation risk if you do have an incident of this nature.
Campus security denied they were negligent.
Unfortunately, we have no jurisdiction outside our campuses, and that is why we do not do crowd control.
But Metro Police blamed campus security for not doing a better job.
We did what we had to do on the outside of the university, and the management of the university was controlling numbers on the inside. And the death then occurred when there was a stampede and the person died on the inside of the university.
NJ made sure that we, didn't speak. They gave their statements. Obviously, they gave a statement that protected them.
That forced us to go back to the drawing board and to initiate the process, as I have explained. First of all, focusing on communication to the current grade 12 learners, and then developing an electronic-based process to manage late applicants, late applications, because we are known as a university of access.
Management, damage control, we have it and with immediate effect, with the decentralized late application process, and then uvapononi varibuzana zori mwana mwe na mwe ene overerwa sibadera ngakanthadani a injury ye aiwana na vana vote vene avango chakono apply, and then zvino vangazikono udanga uri vazibadera zvambori dzi application dzavo dzidojiwa dza approve.
Zwivhuṱhogwa uri ṅwana arali o phasa maṱiriki a dovhe vho a dzhie vhuḓifhinduleli, ngauri vha zwi sedza vha ḓo wana zwa uri kha dzi yunivesithi nnzhi zwino vhunzhi ha vhana vho phasaho maṱiriki a vha ḓi nga vhoṱhe. Ho ṅwana a tshi ḓa u vha a khou tea u tou fhelekedziwa, o fhelekedzwa nga mubebi, a fhelekedziwa na nga shaka ḽiṅwe. Zwa itisa zwa uri arali yunivesithi ralai i tshi khou tea u thusa vhathu vha 200, hu fhedza no vha na vhathu vha 800 vhane havha vhathu vha 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 si khou ṱoḓea.
Going into SRC, I just, really thought that we would be assisting students academically and financially. I had no idea be taken to this magnitude, and even some of the issues that you have to deal with after this, where you have students that are gang raped, and you have to deal with these emotional issues. You aren't given any training, you aren't prepared at all, and obviously that takes a massive toll on you. But it's a reality and you can't turn your back on it, so you just have to deal with it to the best of your ability.
The SRCC dzina vhuḓifhinduleli vhuhulu vhune dza tea u ita nga maanḓa zwi tshi ḓa kha mafhungo nayo yone a vhudavhidzani kana u communicate na vhana, ngauri vha kona u amba navho zwavhuḓi, vha kona u vha pfhesesa ndi thanga nthihi, ndi vhana vhoṱhe. Fhedziha hu na zwithu zwine zwino nga hezwiḽa zwa UJ zwine vha ḓo wana zwo ri SRC i vha i si na maanḓa khazwo kana i vha i si na ndangulo khazwo, ngauri SRC i vha i sa koni uri u langa uri ufhio na ufhio a songo ḓa ṋamusi.
Ro ri tshi dzula fhasi zwe zwa itea u itela uri ri kone u preventa stampede uri tshi itee futhi. Ro maker sure na zwo ri university i fanela u vha na staff members zwinzhi zwine zwa ya kha dzi rural areas, because University of Johannesburg i attracta nga manja vhana vhane vha bva kha dzi previously disadvantaged areas, and then zwikolo zwine zwa vha fhanoni vha fanela u ya hone vha fhe dzi line how to apply on time and encourage students uri vha fanela u apply on time and all those things. And then university did make sure that ṅwana anga kona u apply on a mobicel, anga kona u wana information on internet, vhana vha nga kona u wana information wherever they go kharali vha khou nyaga u apply for the university, u itela uri ri kone u limita vhana vhane vha ḓo nyaga u apply late.
Abantwana ngicela ukuthi ba-apply early. rather apply ngama-results we-prelims ukhona ukuthola ispace early because le nto enzeke laphaya ayibengekho mnandi, so rather apply early bazokhona uku-accepta early ukwazi ukuthi une-space esi-right, ungameli ama-final year exams ukuthi uzokhona ukuthi uye ngama-last minute yiyo-ke le nto lekhoza isitampile.
Zwera zwi guda hafhaḽani kha khombo heyo yo iteaho UJ ndi zwa uri hu tea uri hu vhe na nḓila ntswa ya u pulana nḓila ine ra shuma ngayo. Ri tea uri ri ḓivhe zwa uri arali ri tshi khou vhana vha tshi khou apply vha khou ṱoḓa u ḓo dzhena tshikolo, ndi ngafhi hune ra tea uri ri improve hone kana ri khwinifhadze hone u ita uri heiḽani thaidzo ye ya vha hone hafhaḽani i songo tsha dovha ya itea.
In all honesty, I don't think that centralized registration will ever work. I think that you need to be at the different campuses so that firstly the amount of people that you're working with is a lot smaller.
Uri zwithu zwe stampede tshe tsha itea nga 2012 tshi songo tsha dovha tsha itea. Matric na ma grade 11 vha fanela u zwiḓivha na zwori university au applyeliwi nga final matric results. The final matric results dzi fanela to confirm space. Ṅwana a tshi phasa grade 11 vha baby na vhana vha fanela u shumisana kho make sure na zwori ṅwana a tshi to fhedza u phasa grade 12 grade 11 vha shumisa dzi results dza grade 11 kho mu apply.
What does strength look like for women today? It looks like a person who nurtures, the one who gives more than they actually receive. And for me, I think it's just being a 21st century woman. You know, don't be confined in spaces, to be out of the box and to dare to dream and to be who you
Strength looks very multifaceted and multidimensional for a woman today. It's not like the previous days where women's positions were confined to the kitchen. Nowadays, strength for a woman is owning the boardroom, owning being a mother, owning being a wife, owning being a sister and a friend. Whatever position you take, you need to.
Strength looks like, for a woman in today's world, independence. It looks like resilience. I think we live in a world where women are still quite underestimated, and I think that, yeah, for you to be able to really make your mark, you have to be able to work really hard. You have to be able to know how to stand out and just never give up, and that's what strength looks like to me.